Good afternoon. First off, you guys have probably been in a room when Elder Kimony saw you and next thing you know you were doing something that you didn't know you'd be doing. That's how that happens for me. I'm here now. I would just like to share, I did attend the Reconnect seminar last September, and I had two reasons for going. One was for my church and one was personal. And I'm an elder in the church, and so of course you're always looking for what your church needs to be doing. And outreach and evangelism are my passions, and I'm actually the elder that oversees those areas. And to me, the Reconnect makes total sense, because if you're bringing people in the front door, but you're losing others out the back door, that doesn't make any sense. So I was interested. I wanted to say I thought it was a great seminar. I really, really enjoyed it. And I took things back to our church. So if you let me, the first thing, I like to talk about church, and then I'll tell you my little personal side of it. But at the church, I go to All Nations in Monrovia, and we're actually known as being a very friendly, warm church, and we are. And so I spoke with the greeters, and we looked at some of the front door things, and those things were really fine. Our problem in our church can sometimes be just that little next area where people are no longer new, but they're not quite in the swing of everything else that's going on in the church. And I think it's like a personality type, like maybe people that are a little shy or not really easily able to put themselves in what's going on. So we've really been looking at ways to make sure that those new people are getting invited to the things and are getting included in whatever is going on. So that's what's been happening since September in our church. And it's an ongoing process, but everybody's kind of warming up to it, and we're making sure that next little area that we don't lose people there. Okay. Now, my personal story for wanting to go last year, I have two people that I really want to see back in the church. And one, and I told my story a couple times, my best friend, and she's been my best friend for over 30 years, which I hate to tell you that because I met her in college, so I hate to have to say that, but it's true, I met her in college 30 years ago. And about 10 years into our friendship, she started taking Bible studies, and one thing led to another, and she was baptized. So obviously that was a wonderful, glorious day. But as can happen, something happened in the church, and I don't know, I just feel impressed to be real here and tell you what happened. An older married gentleman in the church made improper advances at her. And that was an area for Carla that Satan knew exactly where to go. That was an area that she had issues with, some trust issues and things. And she was out the door. And unfortunately, I went to the pastor at the time and told him everything. And unfortunately, he didn't handle it, in my opinion, correctly. He didn't take it seriously. And Carla, actually, at the time, she told me, I'm sorry, but I'll never set foot in that church again. So that was over 15 years ago. And I was just telling Elder Kimony, she'll come once in a while for special things, or like something in my family, somebody getting baptized, or like when I was ordained as an elder, she came. She will come when I'm preaching, so, I try to do that when I can, and she'll come. So that's my person number one. Second person is my older brother. And he was baptized in the church, as a kid. And unfortunately, after high school, when he went to La Sierra, that was his undoing. And he just went from La Sierra on out of the church. But in the last year, we've been kind of reforging a relationship there. And he's looking back at the church again. So both of those areas were my personal reasons for wanting to go and see what can I do to try to bring these people back. But since I do have a room full of pastors here, I am going to ask for your prayers, because this Sabbath I'm preaching at my church, and my friend Carla and my older brother Tony are both coming. So please pray. Thank you very much.
Some great Reconnect stories. Please, if you'd like to introduce your friend.